We are converting measurements using ratios in class today. So I'm going to start off with 10,560 feet equals how many miles? Well, what I have to do is take the right-hand side of my equation, which is this side here, and move it under the left-hand side of my equation. So I'm going to take this part over here with the arrow and move it. I'm going to rewrite my equation. So I have 10,560, and I want to put the feet here because I have to make sure things are straight, over some amount of miles. I need an equivalent ratio. So an equivalent ratio means an equal ratio, and if the top is feet, I need feet to be on top on the right side now. And if miles is on the bottom, I need miles. What I'm trying to figure out now is how many feet per mile. Every student has a copy of the reference sheet, and at the top are these 4 lines. That's all we need for our homework. And I'm looking for a section that has both feet and miles on the same line. Some kids get that a little confused, but it's feet and miles on the same line. So the first one is foot and inches. That doesn't fit my feet to miles ratio. The second one is yard to feet. That does not fit my ratio either. But the third one says 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. So what I have to do now is write that down on the right-hand side of my equation. So mile, I have 1 mile, and if my word mile is right here, I'm putting 1 right there. And then I have 5,280 feet. That goes on top here, 5,280 feet. Now, if I want to, I can write my multiples of 5,280. I could do 5,280 times 1, times 2, times 3, times 4, all the way until I find the correct answer. I know it's greater than 1, so I'm going to start with 5,280 times 2, 5,280 times 2. Oops, hold on. There we go. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 8 is 16. Put a 6, put our 1 up here. 2 times 2 is 4, plus this 1 that's sitting up here. That's 5. And then 2 times 5 is 10. Well, there's my answer. 10,560 is the same here as it is up here. And so my multiplier of 2, it means there are 2 miles in 10,560 feet. So there's my answer for that one. I'm going to move everything up and start another section. The next part I'm going to do is 2 miles equals some amount of yards. I'm going to do the same thing where I take this right side of the equation and move it underneath the left side of the equation. So it becomes 2 miles over some amount of yards equals an equivalent ratio. Again, miles is on top, so I put miles here. Yards is on the bottom, so I put yards, on the bottom here. Same process now. I go and look, and I'm looking for miles and yards on the same line of my customary conversions. The first is foot to inches. The second one is yard to feet. The third one is miles to feet, and the last one is miles to yards. That's the one I want to use. And so next to the word mile is the number 1, so I put a 1 up here. Next to yards is the number 1,760. So now I'm not running multiples as much as I'm trying to figure out now that 1 times some number equals 2. And that number, of course, is 2. So I'm going to put my 2 down here and multiply my yards times 2. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 7 is 14, plus this 1 up here is 15. And 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So my answer is 3,500. 20. I hope that helps.